What is happening, Ranger Nation? Welcome back to another Power Rangers Battle for the Grid
versus! Yeah!
Today's fan request is a Super Sentai husband and wife brawl. Goldar versus Scorpina. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified when more Power Rangers arrives. Special shout-outs to all our members, including our ultimates. If you guys want to hop aboard the membership train, all you have to do is click right here, select the tier that works best for you.
Woohoo!
So yes, I said that Goldar and Scorpina are husband and wife. They are in Super Sentai, known as Griff Orzer and Lammy.
Aw, cute.
Yep. And I'm going to go with all, I guess, essentially Yellow Ranger people. There we go. Nice.
There we go.
And Dragon Sword.
Well, I'm going to be you.
You're going to be the giant husband.
Sword.
Yeah. Alright, so this is K-Wing's Let's Plays. You're watching Power Rangers Versus. In the comment section below, tell us you want to see battle next time.
Oh, yeah.
The name's Scorpina, and I'm your worst nightmare.
Your name's Lammy, and you've got a boomerang thing. So yeah, Scorpina and Goldar, even though it's not shown in the show, like Power Rangers, they are husband and wife. In fact, she is the only one of Bandora's crew, aka Rita the Witch, that remained on Earth while everyone else was trapped inside of the space dumpster.
Oh.
Yeah, she turned herself into a rock and awaited her husband's return. Like, so she basically put herself in suspended animation after they were banished in the space jar.
Oh my god.
Yeah, or what was known in Power Rangers as a space dumpster. But yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep.
The space jar dumpster.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And they were actually a pretty cute couple in the Super Sentai show.
Awesome.
The running gag of the Super Sentai show is that Goldar and Scorpina, or basically Griff Orzer and Lammy, said that they hated children along with Bandora. Like, the reason why they were attacking Earth so much is because of hatred for children, because something happened to Bandora's son. So it made her hate children. So at the end of the series, the last episode, something Rule of the Dinos or the End of the Dinosaurs or whatever, after Scorpina and Goldar and all the people are put back in the space jar and sent adrift in space, turns out that she was pregnant with child, and they have Griff Orzer Jr. And Bandora is super excited to see a baby on board and start singing a song, and just everybody's happy because of the new life.
Yeah.
And that's how the series ends, like for the bad guys. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, well, it's kind of cute.
So the bad guys get a good ending.
I mean, you know, aside from being trapped inside of a space jar for all of eternity, or forever how long they're going to be stuck in that jar, they never come back. Either Sentai villains are completely destroyed, or, you know, they just disappear, never to be seen again. In that case, for the, you know, Zoo Ranger, or whatever they're called in Japan, they just kind of disappear.
Yep.
But at least they have a son. And Bandora becomes kind of like a, you know, Rita Repulsa step-parent of some kind, because her minions are Scorpina and Goldar. So her underlings have a child.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, most of the theme of the show is they were always attacking Earth children, because Bandora hates children because something bad happened to her son in the past. That's why she hates kids. So, you know, just like the original Power Rangers, the first season's actually really good.
Wow, that's a very interesting storyline.
Yeah, the Jew Rangers are actually a really cool storyline, you know, with the dinosaurs. It's pretty dark, though, like the Power Rangers Sentai counterpart. Very, very dark.
Yeah.
Just like the show that came before it was really dark.
That's...
In Super Sentai.
Yeah.
Jetman.
I mean, that's a great, like, storyline, because, you know, like...
The name's Scorpina, and
if you have teenagers with attitude, I mean, they're one step away from being children, so it's like, they were children just a little bit ago. They basically are, so it's like, it makes sense, like, why they would fight for their own kind. Like, they have to fight for themselves, kind of.
Yep.
That makes sense. That's really interesting.
But I thought it was kind of cool that basically Lammy was so invested in her husband and missed him so much that when he was cast off the Earth in the past, she transformed into a rock and would not awake until he came back. Like, she waited all that time.
That's cute.
And she never aged.
So Lammy is Scorpina then?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Whereas in Power Rangers, they're just work buddies. Even though they make them look really close and they work together, like the dialogue was, of course, changed to be very kid-like. And the only romantic interest she ever showed in the show was to the Black Ranger, which is weird.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep, but her weapon of choice is actually a boomerang, and her name, the reason why she's called Lammy is apparently in Greek mythology, female vampires are known as, like, lamb or something like that.
Oh, interesting. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
Since we're doing that other Greek games.
Yep, so that's why she's called Lammy, with a Y. Like,
yeah, I mean, like, I just watched a huge documentary on Greek mythology today, and I was like, oh, like, I got a lot of the references that flew over my head during the game when we were playing it. It's like, oh, I understand most of them now. Honestly, I wish I could redo some of them, because it's like, oh, I understand what they're talking about now. Yeah.
Yep, now you get it. But,
yeah.
Another thing that was interesting about getting back to the Greek mythology stuff of Power Rangers, in Super Sentai, Grizzor, or basically Goldar in America, he is based on Greek mythology. Like, he has the head of a lion, he has, like, the body of kind of like a Mantador, I believe it's called. Or I forget what it is. It's some type of, like, mythical creature, and of course the monkey, like the Wizard of Oz wings and things like that. But for the most part, he's, you know, also supposed to be from Greek mythology.
Yep.
Which is cool. And he and his wife are both from that same thing. So yeah, Goldar's face is not of an evil monkey. He is a lion.
Oh.
Yeah.
He does look like one of the monkeys from the Wizard of Oz, though.
Yep. But if you look at his Japanese counterpart, he looks more lion-like.
Oh,
so the costume that they were able to throw together in America didn't quite look like the one from Super Sentai.
Oh.
Especially as the show went on, you could see a lot of wear and tear with it. All right, so it is one apiece, I believe.
Yep.
Rah!
I shouldn't have put Zed in my party because he's uber powerful and Goldar is super slow.
Goldar is slow, but they've made him really strong.
I'm your worst nightmare.
Goldar's doing a great job holding his own against Zed and Scorpina.
Yep.
Honestly.
And Scorpina hasn't really done a lot in Power Rangers fandom, so it's nice to have her in this.
Well, that's cool that she's kind of like a Greek vampire almost, or she's like it. I don't know if she is a vampire, but she's similar.
She's similar, yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
But it was interesting at the end of the show that they actually gave them a human baby, though, because those are the people that they were basically torturing. So,
oh wow,
the little baby kind of looked like a baby in Goldar cosplay.
But how did they have a human baby?
They don't explain it. Bandora is hanging out with her space band or something, drifting in space, and Goldar and Scorpina come into the room and they show the baby, and that's it.
Wow, that's interesting.
I don't even know if they've showed that clip in Power Rangers or not, and how they explained, like, Rita having a baby.
I like how they have a lot more to it in the Sentai, and then they cut out so much of it for the Power Rangers. It's like I feel like even the original Power Rangers, when I was watching Zoo Ranger, I was like, oh, like all this stuff was like, oh, they didn't explain any of this in the original Power Rangers. Like, they had like Tommy with his powers draining and stuff, but that wasn't going on at all in Zoo Ranger. Like, there was such a more interesting timeline, like a brother rivalry, and the one guy was gonna kill his brother, and they were from like ancient times. They got their powers from like ancient, like,
very good, Amber.
I don't know, like the ancient powers of
dinosaurs.
The dinosaurs, and also prehistoric beasts. So they like basically collected their powers from prehistoric, like, energy from back in time or something. Yep,
they were from the Guardians of the Guardians of the Earth or something is what they were.
Yeah, they weren't. They didn't look. It wasn't like the way they did it for Power Rangers. It was some kind of kid show almost, like where it was fun and entertaining, and the way they did it for Zoo Ranger, whatever, was like, whoa, like this is so intense. I don't know if I can watch this. It's so intense. Like, and then like the fact that the brother literally died, and then like he was sorry for his mistakes. Sorry.
2-1.
But then, like, all the lightning and how they would be, like, calling on the powers of the ancients and stuff, I was just like, whoa, this is such a different show than they made Power Rangers. Like,
Yep.
they took that show and they made it completely different.
And I'm your worst nightmare.
But yeah, like, I remember, like, even Rita and stuff, all her dialogue and stuff she had, like, they cut most of it out, like, all her stuff that she would do.
Yeah, she had a lot more dialogue as Bandora the Witch, but in Power Rangers, they of course dubbed her as being kind of this comedic person.
Is Bandora... Wait, Bandora was Rita?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I understand. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. So, wait. So Goldar and Scorpina worked for Bandora?
Yeah, they were her underlings.
Oh, okay.
But I think Goldar was supposed to be, like, I don't know, related to Bandora or something, or Scorpina was. One or the other.
It's possible because, well, I'm just looking.
I think she was, like, Scorpina was, like, some type of relation to, Bandora.
I mean, you don't really see any other women really around except for really those two, which is interesting because as I was watching this thing about Greek mythology, they were saying the first woman that was created in Greek mythology, not God woman but Earth woman, was Pandora. And that she was seen as like a curse on humanity, honestly. Because she opened this box of all these evils, so they blamed all these evils on women, basically.
Yep.
Kind of like with Eve and the apple, honestly. But that's so interesting that her name is Bandora, because if she's the only woman really around, I don't know, it's just interesting.
I mean, she's humanoid in appearance,
she's humanoid,
but yeah, I think like Scorpina in Super Sentai is supposed to be like her niece or something.
Yeah, no, like, it's probably no relation. I'm just watching too many weird.
No, they're the only humanoid females on
that planet. Yeah.
Well, on the moon base or wherever.
Yeah, that area. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. Because if she's the only one there, that would make sense. She'd be kind of like Pandora, like the first one. But yeah.
All right, tie game.
That's very interesting. I think.
Yep. So I mean, you never really see Lammy again, but I guess, and Goldar. Goldar did appear again later in that, basically Dino Charge, Power Rangers, and Dino Thunder Super Sentai equivalent, like team up 30th anniversary special or whatever, or 25-year special. But it wasn't him. It was basically a clone of him, whereas in the Power Rangers version, even though they didn't get back the original Goldar to be the voice of Goldar Maximus or whatever, they were stating that it was the original Goldar. But it couldn't be, because in Power Rangers, the original Goldar was vaporized when Zordon died, and his energy wave like went through the galaxy, destroying evil, which was supposed to be the finale of Power Rangers, because evil would have basically been wiped out by Zordon, right? But in Super Sentai, Grizzors or whatever, he becomes a happy dad. You never really see him again. So it's kind of, even though the series was very dark, it had a somewhat happy ending. But also, I think it's implied that the Rangers die at the end, because they're seen like riding a cloud to heaven, waving at the children they met.
Oh wow!
Throughout the course of the show.
Wow, that's weird.
And they're even seeing flashbacks as they're flying in their cloud. One Super Sentai website said that they were going back to either the past or into some part of the Earth or something to watch over as guardians, but a lot of people believe it symbolizes that they, were never alive to begin with.
Oh wow! Which ones were never alive to begin with? Which Power Rangers?
The Zoo Rangers.
Oh, the Zoo Rangers, right, from the original. Okay, now I understand. Now I understand.
Yep.
I understood you were saying a group of Power Rangers like
they could come back whenever they wanted, whenever Bandora was on Earth, but
they're gonna be forever watching the Earth and protecting it.
But they can't stay on Earth.
I gotcha. I understand.
But they leave, the weird thing about the ending is they leave the dinosaurs in charge, like, with the children.
Oh.
They're like, hey, have some dinosaurs.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So it's almost like they assigned the dinosaurs to protect the Earth until humans came back or something. I don't know.
I don't know why they give the children like dinosaurs, but
oh, okay. So yeah, the children were hanging around with the dinosaurs. Okay, interesting. I'll have to watch Zoo Ranger again. It was very interesting.
Zoo Ranger,
it's like intense.
Yep. And if you guys want to check that out, it's basically on Shout Factory. Like you can get the entire series on DVD.
Cool.
And if you're a fan of the original Power Rangers, like you're going to be in for like a lot of surprises because Red Ranger is OP. But anyway, Goldar team has won. So thanks so much for watching, people.
Yeah, good job, Goldar.
Lammy versus Goldar.
Great job, K-Wing.
And keep those requests coming. We're going to do our best to get as many of those done as possible. Lammy, yep. And stay tuned later today for an awesome live stream on something else. Until then, God bless and happy gaming.
See ya.